feedback on the episode that we did, episode 515, so about 5 ago, regarding negative gearing. Can I offer a couple of points as constructive feedback after listening to the episode? While it provided a lot of good points to consider, I think there's an opportunity to rethink a couple. On the history of capital gains tax, while you said that it replaced existing arrangements, you failed to mention, this never sounds good when you get that, Ben, you failed to mention the important point that it is more generous than its predecessor and that there is scope for scaling it back. The AFR in their Fin podcast mentioned that CGT was worth 25 billion a year versus 2 billion for negative gearing. It was meant to encourage investment in business and instead turbocharge property. Love your work, in brackets, still, exclamation mark, that's a relief. Regards, Gabriel. Hey, Gabriel, thanks for sending that in. And to be honest, I love the fact that we are getting someone giving us some really direct feedback about the approach. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, well, firstly, I think it is awesome that Gabriel is definitely going to allow us to have dialogue and feedback around that, because I'll agree to disagree. I obviously love your work too, Gabriel, but I'm not necessarily going to agree with your positioning as well. So let's start with the capital gains tax story. So the history of the capital gains was it was introduced in 1990 as a hedge against inflation. Now, at the time, inflation was sort of running, if my memory serves me correctly, around that sort of 3.5% to 4.5% consistently, right? So in theory, we were pretty unproductive. You know, it was this recession that we had to have. It was the reboot that we needed. Sorry, it was introduced in 2000, I think. My bad. And so what the story here goes is the longer that you hold the property, either it's going to be beneficial for you in terms of the inflation hedge, or it's not. So the longer that you hold the property, and if you only get a 50% capital gains exemption, but you hold the property for a very, very long period of time, 40 or 50 years, you aren't going to get that full benefit of that 50% capital gains. But if you hold the property for a shorter period of time, then you will get that advantage in what Gabriel is basically trying to say. So my view on it is this: if we've known obviously that we've been more productive over the last few years, and maybe innovation and technology and AI is going to make us even more productive again. So inflation may be something that is going to be quite low for a long period of time, but there is a break even on each side of that. So I think it is important to understand that that's exactly why it has been introduced.
Gabriel, did we give you an alternative view to your last point where you said love your work, in brackets still? We still love your work. We love your question. I think it's given us an opportunity to riff it.